Okay guys, JH, welcome to Practice 3. Okay guys, this is entirely outside everything Da Vinci. This is just for a few guys that don't do Da Vinci and they just want to get some speed into their golf swing. Guys, if you're a right-handed person, then you've got to get the trail side or the right side to really fire in the downswing. And that is everything here, hip, everything. Just really just get it going. Fire it as hard as you can and try and get it past and around your lead side or your left side if you're a right-handed person. And what'll give you speed on the downswing, guys, is what you see in most of the long hitters these days, in that in the backswing, they will actually lose a bit of height. They crouch down a little bit, and on the downswing they stand up and they come out of the ground. All the long drive guys are off the ground. You know, they're up here. Bubba Watson's up here. Because they're driving out of the ground. They're forcing the weight into the ground and they're driving out of the ground, and that fires the club down and that gives you the parametric acceleration. The club goes down, the handle comes up, and that's how you get the parametric acceleration. So what do? I feel like I just want to drive my right knee past my left leg, right arm, everything, right shoulder. It's got nothing like Da Vinci, but it's just pure power and speed if you want to do that. I get a little bit of bend in the legs, and there it is, guys. Now that's prodigious distance for a 5-iron. That's like 3-iron distance. I mean, big speed in that and big distance. And whenever I do that, I hit it pretty straight. I've got pretty good balance, so I don't, by driving up, I really don't get out of balance and hit it crooked. But it just feels, for someone that's always been a control freak and wants to hit the ball dead straight, it's just been, a little bit intimidating to use, because I've got plenty of power and I've got plenty of speed and strength. But I just feel out of control when I do it. I mean, that went dead straight, went 3-iron distance, but that was everything that I've got. Firing it all and getting out of the ground. So I get down here a little bit, take it up. There it is, guys. Well, I'll tell you when it comes down. It's still in the air, still in the air, still in the air, still in the air, still in the air. It's only just come down. And that's that's way longer than I normally hit the ball. And I can hit it straight with that, but it's just not in my nature to do that with the golf swing, because I like to hit fairways and greens. If I get on a really open golf course and and there's a bit of money on for the long drive or something like that, not that I ever win a long drive, but with some of the shorter hitters that I play with, I'll do that. But they were very straight. And the whole point here, guys, is I've got the bent legs I get here, and then I'm standing up. I'm actually driving out of the ground, which is getting the club going down and the handle coming up, which is where the real speed is in the golf swing. All right, I'll hit this what I think is 120%. That's as hard as I can hit it. Tell you when that comes down. Now those balls there, guys, Scouts on it, they are in a 5-foot circle. Oh, not 5 foot, probably about a 12-foot circle. But they just went on exactly the same line. There's a little bush here. They went straight over the bush, and a little head right to left wind here, but it hasn't affected it at all. So, guys, but I'm coming out of the ground as hard as I can. Now, guys, believe it or not, this is a great action. Say you want to hit a power wedge, and you want to really rip it up in the air with a lot of spin and grip on it, and you want to get good distance. Say you want to hit 135 wedge. My maximum wedge is about 125 normally, but if I want to hit 135, and I could probably hit 140 with this. But the crazy thing is, guys, by coming out of the ground, I hit up. And as I've said many times, the more I hit up, the straighter I hit the ball. The more I hit up, the straighter I hit it. So with this wedge, and this is probably a good way to practice it, just get it here, get the legs bent. Now there it is, guys. Now look at that golf swing. That's about 140. I've got the zip and I've got the power and the speed even at my old age. But it's just hard for me because I've never done it on the golf course. But I've had to demonstrate it a lot of times. And I've had a lot of students over the years that have come in that wanted speed. And I said, well guys, you've got to get the trail side more involved. And the way you get it, there's no point just firing it like that. You've got to fire it like that, you've got to have somewhere to come from. And the somewhere you come from is usually down there. Guys, I just wish you could see that. That's just gone so far. I just hit a couple down range. You probably won't be able to see them this time of the day because it's very late now. It's about 7:45. We're losing the light, but those cameras have a bit of light. But there's a fence down there about on this line about 200 with this 5-iron. I should be able to fly it to that fence with this swing. There it is, guys. Oh, landed about 3 yards in front of the fence. A little bit downwind here. Now that's way longer than I would normally try and hit a 5-iron. Way longer. But as you can see, guys, it's just, I mean, there's no mishits. It's thunder time. Get down, and we're going to come out of the earth. We're going to fire that whole right side. There it is. You can probably hear the grunt when I hit it there, guys. I'm hitting that hard. But they're going straight. Going really straight. Alright, now what I'll do is I'll take this one back very slowly, which will take the club back further. So what I'll do is I'll sort of auger into the ground slower, and then I'll come out of the ground with even more aggression. I'll really try and kill this. Wow. Guys, just for people that want to unleash, we've all got a lot of power, but we don't use it. And you've just got to get that trail side, which is usually the dominant side, the right-handed person, right hand, left hand back here. And all I'm trying to do, guys, coming down, is I'm just trying to stand up and get this whole, I just got to fire my right leg a bit harder. Like that. That's firing the right leg, the right knee, the right hip, everything. Or the trail, everything. Whatever I've got back there, guys, I'm just getting rid of it. I'm just loading it up into those bent shock absorber legs, and then I'm just firing the shock absorbers. And I'm firing this. Mike Austin. What did Mike say? Step, throw. He used to drive. Okay, drive that right leg, JH. That's as good as I can hit it, guys. When I see that ball flight, I think, why would you do anything else, you idiot? I mean, that's just perfect flight. Now, I'm lucky that I can hit it hard like that and hit it straight. Maybe a lot of people can't. And that's where Da Vinci's good. I can't get that power with Da Vinci, but I get that amazing accuracy. Guys, honestly, those shots that I've hit up there, they're in a 10-foot circle. They haven't moved. Just haven't moved. Now I don't know if I look like I'm hitting it hard, but I'm giving that an absolute wallop. I'll really drive this right leg. Now I've really been working hard in the gym lately, and I'm very strong physically at the moment. Amazingly strong for my age and where I've been with my training. I'm doing stuff now that I did when I was 30, and exactly the same weights. And on some of the exercises, more weight. But and I'm very strong here, so I can really drive it. Maybe we'll have a session, guys, on just what I'll call ultimate power swing. Oh, this is never going to come down. Okay. I'll hit one with a driver like that. It'll be interesting. As we say here in Australia, we'll give it the old welly, the old Wellington boot. We used to get a few of those in my butt when I was a young guy from the guy on a dairy farm, where we used to go into his farm. He had a farm and he had apple trees and orange trees, and we used to sneak over the fence and pinch his apples and oranges. And sometimes he'd come along, he was an old guy, and he used to have the old boots on, the old Wellingtons, and he got me one day, but most of the time I was too quick for him. The old welly. Well, I'm going to give this the welly. Watch this. Tell you when that comes down. Well, that's crazy. There's a big tree up there that I can normally fly from here. I normally fly it into the tree. That flew over the tree. Over the tree. Now that was just honking. And guys, not only it went over the dead centre of the tree. That was crazy. I'd love to have had a monitor on that, because that speed must have been, 5-8 mile an hour faster, at least. That was motoring. There's another one. There's another one. Guys, for anyone who wants to hit it, you've got to come out of the ground. This is the whole idea. We're going into the ground, and then we're coming out of the ground. But as we come out of the ground, we're firing this whole trail side past the lead side, and we're firing the club up. All right, last ball, I'm going to smash this. The next video I do, guys, might be from intensive care ward. JH may be in traction. But that's just motoring. Whew. Feels so different to Da Vinci. Da Vinci's really, contained and restricted, but this is just, whew. But just for guys that, okay, get down, and we're going to, yep, it's always the way, isn't it? That felt 300 yards, that one. And then I woke up out of the dream. Oh, I can get that. Well, that tree's 250, and that flew that tree. The tree's about, still in the air at 30. The tree's about 30 feet high. Went straight over it. And there's another one. There's another one. Just to the left side of the tree. Okay, guys, that's just if you want to really hit some if you just want to hit some longies. Oh, I got one ball, I'll blow it down range here. Don't think you can see it this time of the night, that's the trouble. I don't know if you can see it this time of the night. Let's have a look. This should fly over the fence onto the first fairway with this swing on this line. Well, it did. Oh, come on, baby. That's just way over the... that's way over the fence. I hope there was no late players there around the 18th green there, because it landed right on the 18th green. Okay guys, that's just hammer time. But the whole principle is this. We get here, as we go back, we wind it into the ground, then we come out of the ground. We're going to go out of the ground. We're going to force up with our feet out of the ground and get this whole trail side past that lead side. That's the whole idea of this swing. And it's amazing, having been doing the Da Vinci for, you know, for quite a while now, to see that ball flight there. I mean, it's much longer than the Da Vinci because there's a lot more effort in it. Yeah, it's just for you guys that want to find out how to unleash that trail side. The trail side, it's a drive off the foot, the knee, the hip. Try and get it past here, but hit up at the same time and try and get up in the air. Try and get out of the ground as much as you can. Just try and get out of the ground. You're going down here and then try and get out of the ground. Because the more you get out of the ground, the more you'll pull the handle towards you, which is parametric acceleration. And that's the quickest way you can move a golf club. Okay guys, have a look at that. Just something for those guys that were looking for a bit of extra distance.